Hi again, Instagram friends. What's up? I was going to actually call you while I was driving again. I said call you. I was going to actually go live to you while I was driving again, but I needed my GPS to get to my location safely. I'm not driving right now, but I'm still in the car, hence why my seatbelt is not on, so please don't judge me. I'm very safe. I still had very bad anxiety when I was driving due to my health situation, but that is not the reason that I did this live video. I'm actually going now to speak to the Seattle Reign Academy youth teams because they're going to be using the Technique Football app. So I just wanted to share before I went out there and actually talk to the teams because they're still finishing up their training session. I figured I would share a little bit about what I'm going to talk to them about because I think it could be interesting to anyone out there, maybe some coaches listening, players, or just everyday civilians who could maybe make use of this. So I hope you find it helpful. If not, then I'm sorry for wasting your time. You can exit this video at any moment. So the idea behind what I'm sharing tonight is I'm introducing them to the Technique Football app because they're going to have access to it through their team. We do group and team club subscriptions, so they're going to get an email later tonight saying go claim your account in the Technique app. But I wanted to talk to them not only about that process, how to claim their account, how the app works, but kind of a little bit of a thought to take away behind the app, but also just in terms of how they live their lives. And something I think about a lot, especially as my career goes on and I get to be an older player and consider the time where I'm no longer going to be a professional soccer player, although I will always consider myself a soccer player. I think a lot about the things that we can control in this sport and with my career. And also in life, and the things we can't control. And I try very hard, although it's difficult, to devote most of my mental and physical energy to the things that I can control. And actually, if you think about it, I'm going to start off my talk to the group by asking them to kind of name some things that you can't control in this game. And if you think about it, there are a lot of things we can't control in life, but in the game of soccer, like for example, you can't control the athletic talent that you're born with. You cannot control what your coach thinks of you or what your coach says to you. You can't control what your teammates do, what your opponent does. You can't control the referee. You can't control a lot of injuries. There are just so many situations. The weather, the conditions of the playing field. There's a lot that we cannot control as soccer players and people. But I'm going to also then ask them to identify some of the few things that we can control as players. And really these things fall into like pretty much just 3 categories, unfortunately. I wish there was more we could control. Otherwise, I would be doing a lot more stuff and probably also be a lot sicker. So it's probably good there isn't more we can't control. We can control. So really though, we can control, number 1, our character, our attitude, how hard we work, that we show respect to our teammates and coaches, whether we agree with them or not. So we can always control how we react to situations and who we are as people. That's 100% in our control. We can control an aspect of our endurance and physical fitness, simply how hard you work to get fit. You know, some of that we're born with naturally, but really endurance is a factor of how much time you spend working on it and how much work you put in to get to that next level fitness-wise. And I'd kind of loop in with that the idea of recovery and taking care of our body. So we can't control what we're naturally born with athletically, and we can't control some injuries and some things that happen to us physically, sickness. I've learned a lot about that I cannot control that, but you can control doing the best to take care of your body and prepare physically as much as you can. And lastly, and this is the thing I'm most passionate about and where the Technique Football app comes in, is we can control our technique. Your ability to play with both feet, strike the ball well with different surfaces, have a good first touch, simple, pure technique is 100% in our control. So I'm going to kind of pose it to the players to think a lot about as they go on with their careers, focusing their time and energy on the things they can control. And one of them, we're going to give them access to, myself and the Seattle Reign Academy are going to give them access to the Technique Football app, which lays out a blueprint for players to control their personal technical development. And outside of that, there still are things that are not in our control, like a lot of decision-making tactics, how your team sets up to play, how you complement your teammates. It's all stuff you can work on, but it gets a little out of your control. But really, being two-footed, having good technique, striking the ball, good first touch, great control on the ball and ability to manipulate the ball to do what you want is 100% in your control as a player. So I'm going to leave them with that message. Hopefully they find it useful. I'm also going to leave them set up with the Techni app. And yeah, I actually have to go in a minute because I'm going to meet them as soon as they finish training. I think they're finishing up out there. But if you guys have questions, I haven't looked at any questions you've typed in. I'll check that out later, and next time I go live, maybe address some of those. But if you want to check out the Techni app for your team or for yourself, you can go to technifootball.com, or you can actually just simply download it on the App Store and give it a try. We have a 1-week free trial, so you don't even have to enter a credit card or anything. I hate those where you never know if you're going to get charged or not. None of that nonsense. You try it completely free without inputting any payment information and see if you like it. So again, just a thought to focus all of your energy physically and mentally on those things in life that we can control. It's hard to do. I'm not an expert at it, believe me, but it's something I strive for. So I hope you enjoyed this little talk, and now I'm going to go say basically the same thing to the players. Okay, everyone, have a good evening, morning, day, wherever you are in the world, and I will talk to you soon, most likely on my drive somewhere when I need you to distract myself because of my anxiety. Anyway, have a good day and focus on those things you can control.